Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. For today, we're going to be doing this month's paper pumpkin kit. I didn't do last month's paper pumpkin kit just because I felt like it was kind of, it wouldn't have been a very exciting video, I don't think. But I haven't even seen what's in this month's kit. I haven't even opened it yet, so I have no idea what's in here, but we're just going to jump in and do it together. If you don't know what Paper Pumpkin is, it's a monthly subscription service where you get a box of goodies sent straight to your house every single month, and it gives you all of the supplies that you need to make some projects. So most of the time they're cards, but I'd say about maybe 80% of the time they're cards, and then 20% there's some other little projects. But I think it's a really great way to kind of dip your toes in the water of stamping and kind of getting into paper crafting, card making, and that kind of stuff if you're kind of nervous about it, or if you just need some additional inspiration like I do. That's why I love Paper Pumpkin. So that's enough about that. Let's go ahead and jump into it. And as usual, we have our little thank you card. We have a chocolate chip Stampin' Spot. We have our stamp set. Ooh, I love this textured little square. That's cute. And then we have our project packet, which, in an effort to not shake my camera, there we go. Ooh, these are super cute. I love the cutouts. Oh my goodness. So this is called the Season of Gratitude set. Ooh, look, we have sequins and everything. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think we're doing shaker cards. We so totally are. Oh man, I love shaker cards. So I'm going to open this up, get all of my supplies out, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I have all of my supplies out. We have envelopes, card bases, our foam strips, sequins. Literally, like, I can't get enough of this. I'm so excited about this one. If you guys have ever watched any of my videos, you know I love shaker cards. So, and then we have our little instruction packet here. So I'm going to set this off to the side, and then we're just going to start making these cards. I have to move my tea so I don't spill it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of shuffle everything out of the way really fast. I just wanted you guys to see everything that you get in this kit. And as usual, I'm going to be using my full-sized stamp pad for today. I just like using my full-size pads more than using the Stampin' Spots. I like to save them. I've mentioned it numerous times, but thought I'd just throw that out there again. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is it says stamp the background pieces and the tags. So if you look, and I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this, but behind each of the little leaves is a square that has that texture on it. So we're going to be stamping those squares and then our greetings. So let me bring my stuff. Where did I just throw those? Right here. And we have these, oh, I was like, we have these white ones. They're not white. They were just flipped over. So you're going to need some squares. And I'm just going to do one card just because they're all basically the same. You can just do a different sentiment, a different style. You can do whatever you want. You can do all of the same color if you wanted to. You can go crazy. And I just need my block. And we're going to start by using this large textured stamp. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to put that down, pick it up on my block. And the stamp is actually larger, just slightly, than our little square pieces. So it should be pretty easy to stamp these. So I'm going to take my chocolate chip ink and just ink these up. And because this is a larger surface of the stamp has a larger surface, I want to, do I have a scrap anywhere? I have a ton. I've been planning next month's card class. So, excuse me, I have a ton of stuff next to me. I knew I had a scrap there. So I just want to test it to make sure, kind of get a feel for how it stamps before I go straight to my project. Oh, that was super easy. Okay. So ink this up and stamp it down. Oh, that is so cool. It's like a marble effect. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And we're just going to do the same thing to all 3 of our little pieces. And one more. And you really don't have to be perfect with this either way. A lot of it's going to be covered up by our little shaker bits, and you won't see the whole square. So just keep that in mind if you're worried about that. Then I have like a tickle in my throat this morning, and I don't know why. Then we're going to take one of these little tag pieces, and we're going to stamp our greeting on it. And let's do best wishes. No, let's do thanks. What does it say? Thanks to you. Oh, they all are using the thanks to you. Haha, I wasn't even looking. So I'm gonna grab another block that's super dirty because I was just using it. And just pick that up. I just stuck my hand in the dirty stamp, so I'm going to move that so I don't do that again. And I'm just going to ink up our thanks to you and stamp it down on our little tag piece. Perfect. Okay, so that was all step 1, guys. Step 2 says, adhere background pieces to card front with adhesive dots. So here's our card front. So I don't think we need our tag anymore for right now. And I'm going to I just want to look and see. So if I line these up, it shows them to have like a little bit on each side. I have ink all over my fingers somehow. What in the world? How did that happen? I have a baby wipe here. I'm just a mess. Okay, hopefully that works. I got a little bit of ink on there, that's why I noticed it, but we should be okay. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I don't really need that. And I'm going to use my snail adhesive just because I prefer to use snail. I like using glue dots. I think there are some applications to use glue dots, but I don't think this is one of them. Oh, that's why, because these pieces aren't dry yet, and I'm smearing them all over. Okay, so I'm going to take a few minutes and let these dry. I'm going to clean up my desk, and then we'll come back. They're not smeared that much. They just kind of got all over. Okay, so I'm going to take a minute to let these dry. See, guys, don't make my mistakes. Okay, so I took a second to let these dry. I actually hit them with my heat gun, so hopefully that helps. And I'm just going to kind of place them as best as I can. I mean, it just says to eyeball it, so I'm going to try and see how it works. I'm not pressing them down firmly yet. That's close enough, so. They're still not dry. I don't know what it is with this paper. Like, the ink doesn't take this long to dry usually. I mean, I use these inks all the time, so I don't know why it's not. It just must be, this paper is a little smooth and it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, so I'm guessing that's why it's taking longer to dry. But I thought they were dry. I hit it with my heat gun and now they're still bleeding. But we're just going to move on and hope for the best. So the next step, it says to make a small pile of sequins in the front of the card. So I guess we'll go ahead. This isn't usually how I do my shaker cards, but we're going to follow the instructions and hope that everything turns out okay. So you actually get 3 different sizes of sequins in your little kit. So you have these, which are the larger ones, and then you have medium-sized ones, and then you have even teeny tiny little baby ones. So I'm going to do just a little pinch of each of the 3 sizes. So that was the large ones, Here are the medium-sized ones. And then the itty-bitty tiny ones. And I think I might actually do a little bit more than I have here, because you're making one shaker pocket for all 3 little sections. So I think I want some more of the medium-sized ones. And you just want to keep it as close to in the center as you can, because you're going to be putting your window sheet and all of that down. So you just want to be cautious of that. And we'll do a little bit. Nah, we'll leave it at that. I think that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to gently set this off to the side. Then it says to get our card base ready. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out my 3 leaves, because that's where our little windows are going to be. And you can keep these and use them. Don't have to throw them away. So it says adhere the window sheet to the embossed vanilla piece. Apply foam adhesive strips as shown. So let me grab a little window sheet. Let's see. So I'm going to just put some, I'm going to use my fast fuse because I find that works best for shaker cards and adhering your window sheet down, especially on an embossed piece. They do provide you with glue dots, and that would work well as too. I just like to use fast fuse. It's a little bit easier. And I'm just going to put a little bit in these little random nooks and crannies just to make sure that it stays down really well. And then just place this on, and all you want to do is make sure that your 3 open pieces are covered. You don't really have to be concerned about where else it is. So there's that, and then we're going to bring in our window sheets, our foam strips. And the way that they have it shown is you're going to be using 5 strips, and they are going to be, one is going to be right, yes, actually I'm going to start with the smaller ones. So you have 2 sizes. These smaller ones are for these 2 sides of the card. So I'm just going to put this one down right here so I can get an idea of where it's going to be. And then I'm going to take the second one and put this one down right here. I think this is a great kit if you are just trying to get into shaker cards and learn what they're about. I think this is a great one. Again, this isn't really how I do my shaker cards as far as like putting the foam strips and applying all of that stuff, but there's no right or wrong way to do it, honestly. I mean, as long as you get the same effect at the end, that's all that really matters, right? So I'm applying my third strip, and you just want to make sure when you get to kind of making corners, you want to make sure that there's no gaps in there where your sequins can get out. That's the big thing. And then you're going to put another one up at the top. This one, it's not as big of a deal because we're going to be putting a third one right here in the middle, and that's where our shaker pocket is going to be. So you want to put this one as close, I'm putting it as close to the leaves as I can without it getting kind of wonky. So now you can see from the front, you don't see any of our strips, but we're going to take away all of the backings. Just like so. Toss those. I'm going to move that out of the way, bring back over my little piece very gently. And I got some ink on the front of it because my fingers are all inky. But you just want to kind of center it up on the base. And you want to make sure that you can see your sequins through these little holes here. And now if you shake it around, there are all your little sequins. So stinking cute. I love that. Oh, it looks so pretty. Okay. So, we're going to wrap some baker's twine around a banner and tie a bow and add the banner and the tag card front with adhesive dots. So there's our banner. Let me see how they tied this on here. Okay, so they actually just wrapped it around. Perfect. So I'm just going to take my little twine here and I'm going to wrap it around. As you can see, I'm leaving a tail on this side so that I can tie a bow. Snip that off, and I'm only tying it around once. And then I'm going to move this so I have some room to work. I'm just going to tie a knot with one hand, maybe. Okay, so now I have my little knot there. And then I'm just going to tie a little bow. Maybe. This takes a lot of concentration. Okay, so I'm going to kind of reshape it, make it look pretty. Kind of looks a little wonky. But you know what? I'm going to just go with it, okay? It's handmade. No, I'm not going to go with it. I'm still going to try and tweak with it. My bow doesn't look as pretty as theirs does, but it'll work. It'll do. So now we're going to take our little banner here. And again, I'm going to use fast fuse. I'm going to be a little cautious to see if this ink is dry. I don't know what was wrong with those other ones. But this one looks like the ink is dry, but so did the others. So I'm just going to be a little cautious and try not to touch it. And then I'm going to just adhere it down just like that. Now again, if you don't have a snail or any other kind of adhesive, they do provide glue dots in the kit. I'm going to need a little bit more adhesive to adhere this down because we are putting it on ribbon, or twine, I guess. Okay. So there's that, and we have our kind of jankety bow. I wish I could make a better bow, but I just can't, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut these to make them a little bit shorter. And then we're going to put this piece down onto our card, and then that's it. It's a super simple card. You could do it this way, you can do it this way. I like it this way, and I think I'm actually going to put this to the side just to kind of give it a little bit more interest. And how come it's not sticking down? Okay, maybe I will use, I don't really think that glue dots or adhesive is the best way to put this down. I do really think that you need to put it down with dimensionals because you have this ribbon here. It's hard to kind of adhere that down. I do think glue dots would work better. I just don't like using glue dots, so I'm going to do my own thing and I'm going to use dimensionals. You really don't need to use 4. I don't know why I'm using 4. Don't ask. Oh boy. Okay, now we'll try this again. See, this is why I do these videos, so you guys know what to do and what not to do. Okay, that adheres down so much better. And there's our cute little shaker card. I think it's adorable. The one thing, I mean, the shaker works really, it works well, but I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see, but I can see sequins that are stuck up there, which I can't knock down because they're stuck in the foam strips, which is one reason why I don't like doing shaker cards that way, putting the shaker bits in there and then putting the adhesive on top, because you get your shaker bits caught in there. So that's my only thing that I see with this card that I don't particularly like. And I have a doggy barking. But that's the one thing. Okay. Okay, there was a dog barking outside. Anyways, that's the one complaint, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, that I have with the design and the instructions of this card, that you do kind of waste some of your sequins because they get caught up in the adhesive. But other than that, I think it's a super cute card. I did have a little mishap with ink, but that was probably just my fault. So anyways, I hope you guys really enjoy. Be on the lookout for my paper pumpkin redo video where I'm going to use as many supplies from this kit as I can to make a brand new card. And I hope you guys really enjoy, and I will see you next time.